Here's a quick solution to our first present value problem in Excel. And if you have any questions about it, shoot me an email or come on by to see me. The goal here is to convert the stream of costs and benefits into present value streams of costs and benefits, and then to sum up the present value of cost and to sum up the present value of benefits, difference those two to see whether this is a worthwhile project or not. A good bit of the rest of the course is going to focus on how we think about measuring benefits. Costs are usually a little bit easier because they're directly observable quite often. So what we're going to try to do is enter a formula in the first cell, D3 here. And this formula should help us then complete the table fairly easily. So I'm going to start my formula with equals, as always. We're assuming that these costs are occurring at the beginning of the year. So technically, we really don't have to discount this first row of numbers because it's in the present, and the present value of numbers in the present is just the numbers themselves. But I want to enter a formula that I can copy down, and so we'll see it's a little fancier this way. I'm going to divide by 1 plus the so-called interest rate and raise that to the 0 power. Anything raised to the 0 power is just 1. So effectively, we will not be discounting the first row, but we'll have a formula that will update as we copy it down the table, and we don't have to enter the formula again. So I'm going to say 1 plus, and then I want the interest rate. I'm going to parameterize this with the interest rate, and I'm going to insert some dollar signs here. So I want to do that with my F4 key. On a Mac, it's function F4, and I can scroll through dollar signs. On a PC, it's just F4. So in this case, I want to hold the entire cell constant, the row and the column. So I'm going to put dollar signs before the letter and the number. And I'm going to raise this to the power given by the year minus 1. So I'm going to say hold constant the column here, but not the row. And I want to subtract 1. Now this would not work, this formula, without parentheses here. So I'm going to stop in just a second and let you stare at this. What I've done is raised this denominator, 1 plus r, to the 1 minus 1 power, the A3 cell contents minus 1 power. That's 1 minus 1 or 0. So I'm literally raising 1 plus r to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So when I hit return, I just have 100,000. And so nothing has happened. But now I can copy the formula down my worksheet, and you'll see what happens. In the next row, it takes figure B4. That's here. Okay. It divides by 1 plus r to the A4. That's 2 minus 1 power. So it's divided by 1 plus r to the 1, and so on and so forth. So I have, in one fell swoop, discounted my stream of costs. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the benefits, and if you look carefully at the formula, since I've held the A constant here and the B1 constant here, if I copy this whole thing one cell to the right, that should become C3 automatically. So if I copy that over and I look at the formula, it's taking C3, that's here, divided by 1 plus r to the A3 minus 1 to the 0 power, and I have effectively created the appropriate discounted benefits for each year. Now I can difference the two. That's benefits minus costs. In the beginning, this project is in the hole, but it yields benefits later in the project. Now I'm going to sum up my net benefits and hit enter, and there's the answer. My current project is actually going to yield negative net benefits under the assumption of a 10% discount rate. And if I had simply added the benefits and I had simply added the costs it would have looked like a project that was going to yield positive benefits. But this discount rate being so high has actually changed that. Okay. If I were to change the discount rate, if it were only 2%, for example, then the project would yield positive net benefits. But at 10%, those go away.